by far the best investment you can make is in yourself.
So what's the number one thing you wish you knew when you're starting out? So I'm 18, and what is the biggest lesson you learned when you got on the new level?
What's the biggest lesson I learned? To follow your gut. To always just follow your gut. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit is gonna distract you.
There's opinions that you may look up to when you first go into it, but you realize they don't know shit.
Absolutely. Follow your intuition. You know what I'm saying? Listen to your gut. It's never wrong, and it knows what the fuck you want before you do.
For me to answer the first part of your question, the one thing I wish I knew when I was starting out is the thing that I preach to you guys all the time, and even though I believed it religiously at the time, even though I was 100 on it, I would have been 110 on it, which is patience.
Facts.
When you're hungry, when you're 18, when you want to be the biggest in the world, like, it's patience. I'm 41, right? About to turn 42 in November. So it's not as, I don't know if you play this game. John, is it? John, I don't know if you play this game. When I was 18, John, this is what I would play. I'm like, okay, I'm 18. And in 18 years, I'm gonna be 36. That's young as shit. I have my whole life in front of me. Everything I just lived, I have all that time in front of me, and I'm still gonna be 36. And I would do that literally. Even at 30, I remember doing, I'm like, fuck, I've done a lot already. Wine library was already big and everything. I kind of made it a little bit. I was like, and I've got my whole life, and I'm gonna be 60, which is old, but not fucking dead yet. But now I'm 41, and I'm like, okay, I've lived this whole life. Okay, 41, I'm gonna be 82. 82's a little and so for me, even with the game that I've played my whole life about doubling up my number to make me realize how much time I still had, so fucking be patient, do the right thing, shortcuts kill you, like do it right. Even now, even though that doesn't sound as good, I still do it. The fact that you're 18, John, which means you're double your age, you're still 5 years younger than me, that's fucking insane. And the thing is, you are so quick to be put on, to showboat, to win, for yourself, for the world, whatever it may look like, it usually leads to the move that keeps you away from winning.
3 pieces of advice to entrepreneurs. What are your 3 pieces? I'm an entrepreneur, so you can share them.
Okay.
How would you advise me?
Well, I think certainly being focused on something that you're confident will have high value to someone else, and just being really rigorous in making that assessment, because people tend to, a natural human tendency is wishful thinking. So a challenge for entrepreneurs is to say, well, what's the difference between really believing in your ideals and sticking to them versus pursuing some unrealistic dream that doesn't actually have merit? And that is a really difficult thing to tell you. Can you tell the difference between those two things?
Right.
So you need to be sort of very rigorous in your self-analysis. I think certainly extremely tenacious, and then just work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in 80 to 100 hour weeks every week. And then all those things improve the odds of success.
Okay.
I mean, if other people are putting in 40-hour work weeks and you're putting in 100-hour work weeks, then even if you're doing the same thing, you know that in 1 year you will achieve what they achieve. You will achieve in 4 months what it takes them a year to achieve.
I like your work ethic.
All right.
Thanks.